Hello, thanks for joining me on Life and Surround. Today it is a pleasant surprise that I present to you the second classic Stone Temple Pilots album in surround/immersive audio. We've had Core for quite a number of years, originally released on DVD audio, and then more recently in a deluxe set on lossy DVD video. A bit of a downgrade there, but a nice opportunity for those who wanted to enjoy the whole set and just hear the surround mix in any way, shape, or form. And now we have Tiny Music streaming in Dolby Digital Plus, a lossy version of Atmos. Let's think of it as the MP3 of Atmos, if you will. Now, I've had Tidal for a number of months, which those of you who follow the channel closely will know, but they have been very sluggish in dealing with a volume control issue. I'm not sure if it's some sort of dialogue normalization or some sort of attempt to normalize levels between Atmos and stereo or whatever's going on, but Tidal, if you try to play back Atmos, best case scenario, it's going to be much quieter compared to stereo selections. And then what I realized, what I experienced with Tiny Music was that the volume leveling wasn't consistent even from track to track. So the first two tracks were quite low, and then the third track was booming, like almost 10 to 12 dB hotter, and then the next few tracks were low again, and then lo and behold, like later in the album, another track was booming. So that's just not a reasonable listening experience. I asked around and nobody was really complaining about the same thing on Apple Music. And given that the prices are similar and Apple has a similar selection, and they've gotten to their selection of Atmos content quicker than Tidal, I felt it was time to drop Tidal and at least sign up for the free trial of Apple Music. And so then I fired up Tiny Music, songs from the Vatican gift shop, and it played back flawlessly in Atmos. It just sounds great. It is a true surround immersive mix. It's not some sort of upmix. It has discrete moments that give it away that it is mixed from the multitracks, though I can't find information about who mixed this thing. Like, it's so weird. Normally, maybe because this was slated for a physical release and those liner notes are out there somewhere, abandoned. There is a super deluxe edition of Tiny Music in physical format that's available right now. A vinyl disc of some kind and some CDs. You get the album remastered, some bonus tracks, alternate takes, stuff like that, and a live show. But what you don't get is either a DVD or a Blu-ray. Now, I'm hearing that at least a DVD was slated for this release, but that's been abandoned. So I want to pose to you a question. Is that a trend in the music industry now? Are we going to see deluxe sets, sans, DVDs and Blu-rays, maybe because the authoring is expensive, and they're going to be just giving the immersive mix over to streaming services? So Tiny Music, it's the 25th anniversary. This is a San Diego, California band. No, they're not a Seattle band. Yes, they did get lumped in with the grunge movement, but they're not a Seattle band. San Diego, and this particular album was recorded in Santa Ynez. And knowing Californians, like, that city could be pronounced Santa Ynez. This album represents a departure from the grungier, heavier sound into a much more diverse styling. And other reviewers have noted that the sounds and the melodic palettes are reminiscent of some 60s and 70s albums that the band members were probably fans of. I hear some Beatles, particularly on Lady Picture Show. Musically, parts of it sound like it could be on Abbey Road, and lyrically, parts of it sound more like Revolver. And then you get that killer bass line on Trippin' on a Hole in a Paper Heart. Could have been laid down by John Entwistle from The Who. So you definitely have some 60s and 70s influence musically. Some fans don't like this album, consider it the weakest of the classic albums, and I disagree. I'm glad that the band went on a departure, but still gave us strong songs. There are 3 #1 singles on this album: Big Bang Baby, Trippin' on a Hole, and Lady Picture Show. And not only that, even though some of the content feels less heavy than tracks from the previous 2 albums, those albums did include some rather excursionary, experimental, very layered tracks. So it's not like this is a complete departure. But I think it's just them pushing further with some of the things that they were already experimenting with, and we're getting more experiment here and less of that just really simple, heavy rock sound. This immersive mix very well unlayers this dense recording without letting it fall apart. You do discover and experience things that you potentially did not know were there, but it still feels like it works as a rock ensemble. There are several standout immersive moments from this record. For one, the guitar overdubs and background vocals for Tumble in the Rough. And stepping things up a notch, we have the exquisite guitar solo, almost entirely isolated in the Atmos, for Art School Girl. And finally, we have this exquisite muted trumpet piece from Adhesive. I think these examples go to show that the mixing engineer on this project was willing to use the Atmos to really break out pieces of the album that were meant to be showcased. You know, there are a growing number of albums that can only be listened to in anything other than stereo in streaming. Not download, not DVD, not Blu-ray, not Super Audio CD. So I want to know, given this news, you know, have you heard this album in streaming Atmos yet? What do you think? Thumbs up, thumbs down on the mix. Do you subscribe to Apple Music? Do you subscribe to Tidal? Do you subscribe to some other streaming service that offers immersive audio? Do you agree that this could be a trend toward streaming only and a lack of a physical product? Are you happy about that? Are you sad about that? The cost-saving potential, maybe, as opposed to the loss of quality potential. So for me, bottom line, it's all about enjoying the music, and I have just been able to experience a classic Stone Temple Pilots album in immersive audio, as opposed to never having been able to do so. So it's a win for me, and I didn't have to invest in a really expensive Super Deluxe edition. I think the SDE for Tiny Music is going for over $60. And I've been able to enjoy the Atmos mix of the album and the live show from CD3, all covered by my fixed cost in Apple Music already, so which is still on a free trial, so this is a freebie for me. Anyway, I just wanted to present this topic, streaming Atmos. We now have yet another album, you know, The Weeknd, Halsey, Pearl Jam, and now Stone Temple Pilots, and among others, that you can only hear streaming. So are you hesitant to take the plunge? Have you already? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you appreciate what I do. Hit the subscription button, ring the notification bell, comments, share the video, all that kind of stuff helps to support this channel and get it out to more people interested in surround and immersive audio. I appreciate you, and I am thrilled that we have another Stone Temple Pilots classic album in surround / immersive audio. It makes me so happy. Are we going to get Purple? Are we going to get number 4, Shangri-La-Di-Da, or even the self-titled someday? Maybe Stone Temple Pilots' current album. We'll see. Now, speaking of the difference between immersive streaming and Blu-ray discs, George Harrison's All Things Must Pass Deluxe Edition should be showing up soon with an immersive Blu-ray. I look forward to digging into that. I might do an unboxing, I might just do a review. Why don't you let me know what you would like? And then also, per some viewers' suggestions, I'm going to be digging into my collection coming up soon. I've been cataloging my collection and kind of like categorizing it. So I might start with my favorite immersive Blu-rays, like my top 25, coming up sometime soon. Anyway, so that's the news at this time. I hope you're enjoying Tiny Music. Let me know, yay or nay. Let everyone else know. Enjoy whatever you're listening to, and until next time, live life in surround.